Hi, so I thought I'd do another video today. This time I thought I'd do a short video about motivation and what is your why. So what do I mean by what is your why? So you might be sat there thinking, okay, I really want to start working out. I really want to start eating better. I really should eat better. But why? Like, what's going to be your motivation when the shit hits the fan and it's November, or even worse, it's Christmas time, and someone goes, don't go to the gym, or you wake up, it's dark, it's raining, and it's cold, and you go, I don't want to go to the gym today. Those moments there are when your why is important. So the thing I find easiest is to use my past experiences as to explain my point. So my why has changed quite a lot over the years. And if I take you back 10 years to, so for those of you that obviously have watched my first video, you know about, in a brief way, what my story is. So my why really kicked in when my little boy was born. And around that kind of time, and so he's now just turned 10. So one of the many things that happened around that point in time was wanting to be a good dad, and obviously wanting to play with my son, and not being able to bend over and do your shoelaces up without getting out of breath, or run up a couple flights of stairs without feeling like your chest's going to explode. Those kind of things make you think, I need to change, I need to do something. But there was also another moment, and it was around Christmas time, and I was quite fond of a takeaway. Don't get me wrong, I still am. I still enjoy a takeaway, but I mean, this was just dinner. Like, it was 4 or 5 times a week, either a Domino's or a Chinese. And we ordered a Chinese, and so the man comes, he delivers the Chinese takeaway like normal. You go, thanks very much, have a good Christmas. I mean, I've seen you every week this year, so have a good Christmas. And off he goes. 2 seconds later, I get another knock at the door, and I open the door, and the Chinese takeaway delivery man gives me a Christmas present. And it's at that moment when you go, well, as nice as this guy is, I don't think he's given me a present because he wants to be my friend. He's given me a present because I'm now a valuable customer to the Chinese takeaway that they feel they need to buy me a present. That's how much money I had spent on Chinese takeaway that year. And that was quite a sobering thought, that as funny as it is, that, yeah, great, I got a free box of chocolates, which I then ate. It was quite sobering to go, something needs to change. You've got a little boy on the way, you want to be a dad, you want to be around for a long time to come. Now's the time to change. So for that first year or so, at the very least, if not longer, my why was for my little boy, so for Landon. So it was a case of every time I got up and I didn't want to exercise, or I didn't want to choke down another bit of white fish, or I didn't want to go without the bucket of KFC, I would say to myself, well, you're not doing this just for you, you're doing this for Landon. And if you eat this KFC right now, well, what are you going to eat for pudding? Well, you're going to eat some ice cream, or you're going to eat some chocolate. And then you're going to go, oh, well, I messed up, so I might as well have a bacon sandwich for breakfast, or I might as well have a McDonald's breakfast. And then when does it stop? It starts to snowball again. So, and then you feel sluggish, and then you don't have the energy to do your workout, and then it all kind of comes unraveled. So as time goes on, your why starts to change. So for me, I think all along, deep down, my why is because I want to feel good for myself. But coming from a point of view of quite low self-esteem, of not feeling particularly good about yourself, obviously not even being able to look in the mirror at yourself without feeling disgusted and quite upset, you're not going to put your hand up and go, yeah, I'm doing this for me. You need to find somebody else that you're doing it for, because you couldn't possibly do it for you because that's selfish. But the truth of the matter is it's not selfish, because everyone deserves to be happy, and everyone deserves to feel a degree of self-worth. So as time goes on and you start to get into it, and for a lot of people it starts to become quite addictive, but a healthy addiction. And some people, they use it as an escape. So for me, very much so, going to the gym is very much like therapy. I now have 5 children, run a business, and I have a wife, and I want to be a good husband and a good dad and run a successful business. At what point do I get time for me? Because my weekends are taken up with the kids, and if I do get a spare weekend away from the kids, I want to spend time with my wife. So at what time do I get time for me? And for me, going to the gym is me time. As silly as that sounds, because a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's just hard work. Why would you want to do that? Why don't you want to go down the pub with your friends or whatever? And those kind of things don't really interest me that much. I like hanging around with like-minded people, and I like going to the gym. I like being able to get inside my own head and sort what's going on in there, unravel the day, and drop some weights around, lift up some heavy stuff, do some cycling, start sweating, and just let everything go away for a while. So for me, the gym is a really important thing, and motivation is critical. When it's a summer's day and it's nice and hot, it's easy to go to the gym. The gym is always full. When it's the day after a hot day, the gym is always busy, because everyone's like, oh shit, the sun's out, yeah, I need to get in shape, I'm gonna go to the gym. But on a rainy morning, when it's freezing cold, at 6 a.m. when the gym opens, it's quiet. There's not many people in there. And it's those moments you need to be that person who's consistent. You need to find a why and a reason behind being able to be consistent, because you can't master your life in one day, but you can master the day. And that's a bit of a cliche type quote, but a lot of these type of quotes, they ring quite true. And I'll give you an example of another one. I was watching a video on YouTube myself not long ago, and I can't remember who it's by, but basically he said, you don't get what you want, you get what you'll tolerate. And I heard that and I was like, well, no, the quote is, you don't get what you want, you get what you need. But what he was trying to convey was that you don't get what you want or what you need, you get what you'll tolerate. Because the whole time you tolerate not being healthy, or the whole time you tolerate not being fit, or the whole time you tolerate not being happy, or the whole time you tolerate not being in a good relationship, you'll keep on getting that. You'll keep on being in a negative relationship, and if that relationship ends, then you'll find another relationship which ends up being just as toxic. Whether that relationship is with a person, with food, with fitness, with family, with anything, you will get what you tolerate. The moment you go, I've had enough, I'm not going to do this anymore, I want to change, that's the moment everything changes. And I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, so much so I have a tattoo of it on my arm, ask, believe, receive. And the law of attraction very much echoes that sentiment of you get what you tolerate. If you ask or you believe that you deserve something more, then you get that. And as silly as that sounds, I can't explain how it works, but it does work, because in the space of the last couple of years, my life has flipped upside down, turned around massively, all because I believe.